Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I missed y'all. It's been a day. It's been about a day, yes, that I've been live. Hello, hello. We're back with more Gypsy Rose. Yes, please, 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 please hit the like button on your way in. I would greatly appreciate that. Hi, Evie. What is up? I know I took a day off. I needed it. I had shit to do. You know how it is, life. But anyways, I did drop a video and I will be continuing to drop Epstein videos. Definitely go and check them out. Hit the like button as you file in. We are going over Demona and master slave text messages or Facebook messages. Um, they are Facebook records and they're very inappropriate. So you are being warned. This is your warning. Let me say hello to everyone. Thank you for being here. I see Kimmy, I see MSM, Evie, okay, Austin, Robert, Debbie, Psycho, Crease. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. And Brett. Hello, my late. No, we just started. I'm traumatized from the Exting video I just watched. Yeah, I know it is traumatizing. There's a lot of weird ones I'm going to be posting tonight. So, yeah, definitely keeping up on those. Although YouTube censors me, it's fine. Let's get started. Let me pull up the Demona messages. These are thanks to Into the Weeds podcast. I'm going to put myself in the corner like this. Yeah, this works. Let's see. Handsome dudes of Mellyverse, that's funny. Okay, let's get right into it. Like I said, these are pretty racy and inappropriate, so I did give you a warning. I'm gonna try to censor as much as I can myself, but it doesn't always work how I want it to. So let's get started. This is where we left off last time. She said, "Yeah, ma'am, I'll do my best." I think sweet slave. So this is different personas here. So you have Gypsy Nick, and then you have Demona and Master. So hey Jesse, good to see you. And hey Brett. So there's two different personalities here going on with both of them. So Gypsy says on June 6th, 2014, she says, "Master, it is your slave Demona. I wanted you to spoil you, so I made a video for you. Heart face or heart winky face. I hope you like erotic dancing." I wonder if that's the video that we saw that got taken down. I'll have to I still haven't been able to find it. I know where it is, but I haven't been able to upload it. Hello, Barry. Good to see you, my love. I saw a Sane pop. Oh no, not a Sane. Oh, it's MSM. Okay, let's continue. He says, "Why wouldn't I, Demona? Winky face heart," she says. Nick says, or Master, my bad, says, "Well, don't you forget you still got videos to make, Demona. One for you and one for Gypsy." She says, "Yes, sir, we remember. That was just to make you smile." Winky face. He says, Nick says, oh, Master, I keep getting them confused. It's the same person, essentially, but, you know, they're role playing. Master says, "Well, it did. However, need to stay consistent on getting those videos done, Demona, since you can't have your master waiting forever." Demona, I'll leave it up to Nick. I'll leave it up to you if Nick can see it for now. I'll watch it. And if you say he can, then he will. I'll let you decide. Just make sure you let him know if he's allowed to watch it or not, my dear. Demona says, "Master, I will get the lingerie and make the video with Gypsy ASAP, and Nick can watch my video." Nicholas, it is your mistress. I give Master a video and you are allowed to watch it. You have pleased me making up with Gypsy. Heart, heart, I give you a kiss, reward you. Good job, my sweet slave. The love slave says, "Thank you, ma'am. And yes, this is your slave, Nick. Just make sure you know that, ma'am." Demona, it is your master. I figured I would leave that up to you since he can. I'll allow him to. Ma'am, it's your slave, Nick. I loved your videos. So, yes, it was really good. Master says, Demona, it is your master. Yes, I know Nick went first. I told him to, since you know I am always more rough on how your videos do than him, for he wants to please you, while I want to push you to always do your best. Demona, now the thing you got to understand is that it was good, like he said. However, you need to have a proper ending to it, Demona. If you don't say an ending to it, it isn't complete video in my eyes. So, with that said, and the rest of the mistakes, I did see, such as you need to get more comfortable with moving your body. Then I could also tell you that you started towards the end. However, it needs to be for the full video for it to be quality, Demona. Now, as far as the overall number of how well the video was from 1 to 10, I would say is a 7. You need to work on things I already mentioned, but also one other thing. I really need you to enjoy the moment, to whether give me a seductive smile or you smile in general more. It will show that you were truly enjoying the video, Demona. So the next time you want to do this, remember that stuff I mentioned, but I do expect you to answer me about the rating I gave you. Demona says, yes, sir. I know I was stiff at first. Then I go into it more at the very end. And also, I've never danced like that before, so it's new to me, master, but I could improve. Smiley. Gypsy wants to do the similar thing for Nick. Master says, well, I'll allow Demona, she just has to talk to me about it. So she doesn't just do it out of nowhere, Demona. Demona, I have a message for you. Gypsy gave me one of your pics towards me, and my rule, you can't, and I repeat, can't get mad at her for giving me one of your pics. Demona says, yes, sir, I understand. Would you like me to give you the 7 I made and then the rest soon? 1, my ass looks banging. Ew. Um, Master says, Demona, let's just say that I had the other one as a spoiler, so you might as well give me the other 7 when you have the rest done, since I am happy with the one I have until that time. I am patient. So yes, wait until that time, Demona. Demona says, okay, my master. Great. Now exactly, let her talk to me for now, says master. Demona, it is your master. I think I got some interesting news for you, since it is taking for so long for you to find a red like I was hoping for. I have changed my mind. You go find a ruby red instead. I just want it to be rich red, like that with the same black, if you can find that still. Then get those videos with Gypsy done. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I know it is taking forever. It's too hard to find dark red, so I will get ruby red. And for Gypsy, it's red and white for me. It's red and black, sir, just to refresh my memory. I wrote it down. Let's see. Okay, I got it right, master, for me. It's red and black. Gypsy is red and white. Master says, okay, exactly, Demona. Now make it happen. Demona says, master, Gypsy made her side of it. I'll make mine soon. Master says, okay, Demona. Demona, I figured I would remind you of something, since I figured you wish I would say it to you more, and well, if you reason to do it back. I love and adore and worship you, my dear soulmate. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Happy Father's Day. Sir, I love, adore, and worship you, my wonderful master. Oh, my wonderful soulmate master. Master says, thanks, Demona. I love, adore, and worship you too, my dear love slave soulmate. Demona, good job sending the pics, but it won't allow us to download off of there to send it by email. Off of there, send it by email isn't working. Send it by your Dropbox instead, since that email swap is becoming more and more less helpful, Demona. Never mind, Demona. It seems I am able to download them. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I am so happy you like them, sir. She says, Nicholas, get over here now. Demona says, or I'm sorry, master says, yes, my mistress. What is it you want? Demona says, Gypsy told me you only brushed once. Go brush your teeth again now. You should be brushing before bed. Master says, ma'am, I plan to, but I'm not going to bed now, so I'll wait until I do. Gypsy says, or sorry, Demona says, good, my slave. That is all. Good night, my sweet slave. Master says, good night, ma'am. Master says, Demona, it's your master. This is June 24th, 2014. She has to tell him when to brush his teeth. Oh, I was reading. I didn't see. Robert. Hi, Kimmy. Yeah, living life. Please, please, please hit the like. Yeah, these messages are just as bad. So let's see. Okay. Demona, or no, master says, Demona, it is your master soulmate. I want to know what is going on with the chance for you to get your video done. That should have been taken care of a long time ago. Next time you are on, make sure you give me an update on it. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I'm sorry, sir. Gypsy's video to Nick is what is the holdup. She had to make hers, then I was going to make mine, but due to her messing up on the first one, it's taken longer to get the chance to make mine, master. I'll do it as soon as I'm home. I'm alone at home, sir. Master says, okay, Demona, as long as you remember to do it. Am I clear? Because you have had plenty of time to do it. Just need to get it done now. Demona says, yes, sir, you are clear. Master says, good, Demona. He says, Demona, it is your master on June 26, 2014. This is what Gypsy gave me, what you have written down. Now I'll give you what is missing after you make sure you have all of this. Then after you make sure you add the rest to the list, Demona. How about how I feel about both kinds of sex? Oh, wait, he says, master says, bow to master. How I feel about both kinds of sex. Tell Nick I will grape Nick and take advantage of him sexually all the time, something without tying him up. Tell Nick how I am going to submit to master all the time. To master and Nick about how I feel about blowjobs to them. How I feel about threesomes and foursomes with master. To master and Nick how I feel about eating CUM and how much I'll do it. It can show and touch the body. Wear red and black as much lingerie. What the fuck? Now here's what you need to add, Demona. This is still him. You need to add what Gypsy is doing in her video in a different way. First, talk about me having my power over you as your master. Then you having your power over Nick as his mistress. Then don't forget to talk about you being on the submissive side of the BDSM towards me and being on the dominant side of BDSM towards Nick. However, the form of mistress I am teaching you to be is vampiric, from which is different mainly because it has two of the three aspects of BDSM, which is more strict, meaning the bondage and discipline. That aspect, as well as dominance and submission, are both aspects I am teaching you to be strict upon. While after you have those aspects perfectly down, that is when you move closer to the sadism and masochism aspect, which you have let Nick know is either a punishment or arousal. Nothing more or less. That is why you aren't focusing on the third aspect as strictly. Mention Nick's PP size to us both, Gypsy's breast size to us both, and how you feel about those. Another thing you should make sure you let Nick know in this video while me and him are watching is letting him know, since I am teaching you to be a mistress the vampire way, that means you'll make him earn any form of reward or sweet or loving gesture. Otherwise, he won't get it. If he doesn't earn it, that would include sex, Demona. That would be it for this video. I'll come up with another one for you to make for Nick, which will possibly be even more important than this one, Demona. And he says, but yes, remember this one, all the details I gave you. And oh, I should mention this so this way you know how to explain it to Nick. Demona, let him know for the bondage and discipline, dominance, and submission. Let him know that for those things, if he isn't making disciplined actions, such as listening to your words, if you tell him to do something, or let him do something to you, or let him, or let or him let you do something to him, you will discipline him into listening. And if he refuses to listen, you will, as this is where the dominant submission comes into play, you will force him into submission to what you told him to do, whether it is one form of punishment or another. And if he still doesn't listen, you'll use a constraint on him until he's a good slave, Demona. You need to remember to mention this when you go over the BDSM stuff, since I just explained to you how it is with the vampire form of it. The only difference is that you'll be strict on those two aspects I just mentioned earlier, more so than when it would be in human form of BDSM, since, well, that is why slaves of the vampire's way tend to be the most obedient ones there is. Make sure he knows that stuff while you explain it to him, Demona, on cam. When you are talking to me and him, however, I expect you to, as I'll say this so you know not to keep going back and forth, since it is something that will annoy me. Demona, when you do that video, make sure you take care of all the things towards me first, then take care of Nick. Remember, your master always comes first when you need to let him know things, Demona. So don't disappoint me. I have organized when you do it this way I am pleased to see that way, Demona. Then yes, you touching yourself afterward like you originally had in your video. You were supposed to do when you do it. I know that's a lot to remember, but I know as long as you have it all in front of you, that is what you can't fail. Oh, and when you give this show towards the end, I'll leave it up to you if you wish to let Nick watch your show or only have Master watch it. You'll decide that in the video, Demona. Make me proud by having all this down. Then after that, you shouldn't disappoint me. Demona says, thank you, my master. I will keep all you have said saved in my files so I may see and read the list when I am talking on cam. But I can't seem to pronounce two words, sir. Sadism and masochism. Yes, I'm having trouble reading and saying those words. What do they mean, sir? Master says, Demona, to answer your question, sadism is the one who likes giving pain, as it is to turn on to them, while masochism is one who likes receiving pain, as it is a turn on to them, but likes receiving or giving pain in a sex manner, Demona. That is what it means, and you're welcome, Demona. She says, thank you for explaining that, my master. He says, you're welcome, Demona, and I make sure you got everything so you don't disappoint me. If you do, I will will make you do a redo, Demona. Yeah, I know. I warned you guys. That is really gross, says Evie. Melly's facial expressions. I'm trying not to crack up. Yep, they're into that freaky shit. Master says on June 26th, ma'am, it is your slave Nick. Your master told me to give you this message. So here I am doing it, ma'am. I made a video for you and Gypsy to watch with your master. I hope I didn't disappoint you in the video. Demona says, Nicholas, it is your mistress. You did well. However, if you keep trying to figure out what Gypsy and I must do in our videos, I will be so pissed at you. All you need to know is it's important for me and Gypsy. That's all. Now, don't push me, Nicholas. You need to know it is from Gypsy to you and minus to you and Master. That's it. They are both important videos. Am I clear? Nick says, ma'am, it is your slave, Nick. Yes, I understand, ma'am. Demona says, good, my sweet slave. Master, it is your slave Demona. I will be getting my video done soon, master. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Gyps had to go to Casey, so that took up time. Master says, yes, I am aware of that, Demona, but that time has been a little too long already, as it has been 2 months. Oh, shit. Yeah, it jumped to July 18th. Now we're on July 18th. I didn't even catch that. Master says, Demona, you better make sure you ask me before you take that quiz because you know my rules. Demona says, I'm sorry, sir. What rule? Master says, Demona, I have always stated that before you take any quiz, you are to ask me before taking them. Some are bogus and others are accurate. But like I said, Demona, you would be wise to ask me first. Demona says, I don't remember any rules about posting on my own site, sir. Well, why do I feel like you're going to yell? ... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my master. If I didn't read your message till after I took it and posted it. Sad face. Master says, Demona, you better remember next time to ask me or I will whip your ass red when I see you and we are alone. Am I clear, Demona? Demona says, bows and gets on knees. Yes, my master. Master says, good, Demona. Now you may stand and I will accept your apology after you have asked for my forgiveness, which you haven't yet. Demona says, yes, sir. She stands up slowly, but my head is still looking down. I'm so sorry, my master, for forgetting to ask your permission to post, sir. Please forgive my thoughtfulness, sir. Sad face. Master says, well, that was said correctly. Your forgiveness, Demona. Demona says, thank you, my master. Bows down. Master says, you're welcome, Demona. Demona says, may I be excused, sir? Master says, before I do that, kiss my feet for me. I like the sensation, Demona. Demona says, yes, my soulmate master. Gets back on knees and kisses feet. Master says, yes, that feels good now. Now stand up for me and come here. I want to give you a hug. Demona says, yes, sir. Stands up and walks to you with a slight smile. Master says, I hug you tightly, but lovingly, and rub your back. Does that feel better? Demona says, yes, sir, it does. She smiles and sighs. Master says, okay, good, Demona. Now a kiss for me to you, a normal one. Kiss me back, Demona, so this way we have made up for all the time we haven't talked. Demona says, heart, heart. Master says, thanks for the obedience, Demona. Demona says, you're welcome, my loving master. Master says, now you may be excused, my pleasing love slave soulmate. Demona says, thank you, my wonderful soulmate master. Master says, you're welcome, my dear love slave soulmate. Demona says, Nicholas, on July 20th, 2014. Get your ass in here now. I see you added someone. Who is Jewel Love Slave? Not the cheating. Get on your knees. Shocked. I know. As long as Millie doesn't want us calling her Master Millie. You're supposed to call me Master Millie. Who even writes like this? I mean, that's funny. Well, they write like this. It's freaky. She says, who is Jewel Love Slave? She says, I know who she is. It's your ex, Caitlin. You have displeased me. You're punished, Nicholas. Nick added the ex. Oh, shit. Master, or wait, not the master, the slave. The slave dare asked or added the ex. Oh no. She says, and how it is that I can see her, but Gypsy can't. You're hiding something. And she steals my last name. Love slave. She says, oh, she sends an attachment, an emoji, sad face, as you can see here. He talked to a lot of his exes while with her. He even told one that he questioned her sanity, sort of. Oh, shit. Master says, ma'am. Oh, slave Nick, sorry. Ma'am, it is your slave Nick. Your master is explaining the situation since he knows more and is involved in it than I am, ma'am. Please listen to him before you freak on me. Please. Demona, it is your master. Oh, here we go. Yes, Nick is telling the truth. He feared what would happen if I let him tell the truth. Now he feels that he has no choice but to. So he's speaking now while he has a chance to. And yes, I am pissed at him, but I suppose this is mostly my fault. And yes, I truly am the one who thought of all. I am the one who thought of all to blame before Demona. Mistress says, Master, I can't yell at you, but I wish I could. Master says, Demona, yes, it is now your master. So Gypsy said it's between you and me and may be true because we are the two dominant ones of each of them, dear. However, Demona, I suppose we are going to have a chat about the situation. Let's see how that will go. Demona says, Nicholas, come here. Nicholas says, yes, my mistress. She says, about to sneeze. Sorry, I had to sneeze. She says, Gypsy has shed light that you were silent by threat that would have resulted in the death of both Gypsy and me. So I thank you for making a very difficult choice and saving us both. She sends a little heart. Nick says, ma'am, I only did what I felt was best for life. Yes, for yours, mine, and too, ma'am. Mr. says, yes, I am to blame. Wait, I am to blame in a weird way. Wait, let's go back. I only did what's best for life. What does that mean? Mr. says, yes, I am to blame in a weird way. Slave Nick says, how, ma'am? Mr. says, I was never online, and when it wasn't for very long, I haven't kept my master happy or satisfied. Oh. So master isn't satisfied. Oh, she says, so he strayed. Slave Nick says, ma'am, with respect to you, your master Victor has a powerful libido that isn't to take lightly. So I sense it from him every day, and I do worry it will get out of control if it never gets put in check, ma'am. Mistress says, I underestimated it. I understand he needs to feel powerful and control others, but I think that talking helps. Talking with me about stuff. Slave Nick says, it should, ma'am. I hope you get a chance to talk to him about this because I don't want anything more to happen that I regret knowing. Mistress says, I'll admit it. I almost made Gypsy stray from you once, but she didn't. Smiley. Slave Nick says, thanks, ma'am, for telling me that good news, but I hope you and him have this talk soon. And that because I want you to also be checked together. Have this talk soon. Mistress says, well, I guess it should be now then. Again, thank you, my sweet slave, and you're excused. Slave Nick says, ma'am, are you going to say sorry for being mad at me without knowing the full story? Mistress says, yes, I am sorry, my slave. I should have checked who it was before yelling. Nick the slave says, thank you, my mistress. She says, you're welcome, my slave. He says, ma'am, may I be excused now? She says, yes, you may. He says, thank you, ma'am. She says, you're welcome. Master says, Demona, so it seems you wish to talk to me now. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your soulmate slave, Demona. I wish to ask you a question, if I may. Master says, Demona, here comes a question. All right, you may. Demona says, is there anything more you are keeping a secret from me about, sir? He says, it depends what you are talking about. Did your slave let you out a secret about me? I take it. She says, not at all, sir. But I want us to be like Gypsy and Nick. No secrets, no lies, no omitting. I don't lie to you. I don't keep secrets. I always put my best foot forward, sir. Master says, Demona, I never lied to you. That'll mean I won't have secrets from time to time, because that means I feel you won't know how to react if I told you. She says, how do you know if I won't react well, sir? I had to catch you to know. I'm more upset that you kept it from me. If it didn't have to be that way, you could have asked me about how I feel. Master says, Demona, what is this we are talking about? Obviously, you know something I am not aware that you do. Demona says, nah, sir. No, sir. I'm just saying you cheated on me. Now I have to deal with that, and I don't have 100% trust in you like I did. Now I trust you 25%. Master says, Demona, let me guess. Nick told you about my sex drive, and I'm guessing you underestimate it. Demona says, I knew you had a big one, but to do all of this for what? One night with some girl? Again, me or against me or soulmate who would give herself to you every minute if you wanted. He cheated. They get into a big intense fight too, but I don't remember when or if it was. You can effing tell you're on the computer chatting. Dude, listen. Master cheated. She says, Nick only told me what I knew already, sir. But I had more faith in you to wait for me. Master says, Demona, I am reading what you and him talked about. You admitted that you underestimated my sex drive. You should realize a vampire is the most sexual being there is. And for you to think that way, you should have realized I would make this move sooner or later if we didn't talk about it soon enough. Wait, so he can cheat? She says, yes, I understand it, sir. Master says, of course you did. Now you see why I did it? Yes, for sex. I'll admit that right away. Yes, I probably would have used her as a SCX slave, most likely. Demona says, God, even the tone of your typing, you don't regret it, do you? You're only sorry I caught you. And yes, this is a lover spat. Master says, Demona, when it is a sexual vampire can't feel sorrow for being caught. But if I was to hurt someone physically, then yes, I would feel bad, but I can't feel sorrow for doing what I did sexually. Demona says, what if I went out on you? Master says, Demona, we know you wouldn't, because I would get Gypsy and Nick to kill each other in this because of you doing it in the moment. She says, fine. I can always come without you. Master says, Demona, we did talk about threesome. It may need to happen with you for me to control how strong my SEX vibe would be and how quick acting up before I have your profile and Gypsy's deleted Demona. She says, yes, sir. Sad face. Master says, Demona, I am really going to delete her profile shortly, but we have to get extremely sexual in person or I will not get pleased as easily as I wish. I could be sorry that my sex drive is not that strong, but that is why we talked about it before. This is why we talked about threesomes before Demona. Demona says, please don't, Master. I'm sorry. Sad face. Sad face. Please, she needs that for Nick and her. Master says, Demona, I am talking about after we let them take their first chance. I am not that mean. I mean, I could be, but I am not that mean. But after he takes her virginity, I don't care if you want or not. We're going to be a lot more sexual than just you and me. You have to match my level, Demona. So you better be fine with the threesomes and foursomes, even after Nick and Gypsy had their first together. Demona says, with no emotion to the others, sir. Just sex, nothing from the heart. Master says, I think you can be that cold to others like I can for fucking sakes. You are my damn whole half dog soulmate. I know you have it in you, Demona. Demona says, I will, making sure, sir, before I agree to it, sir. Master says, Demona, we already talked about it. Doing it without having anything from the heart at the time to where we use everyone as a sex object. Come on, hun, my dear. Love slave soulmate. Tell me you are in because if you don't, you're going to wish you said you were. I feel like he's like very manipulative. Like Nick is, I know Nick, something's off with Nick, but like, he seems to know what he's doing here, manipulating and controlling Gypsy as well. They're both doing it to each other. They really are. Demona says, I'm in, sir. Master says, in for what stuff, though, Demona? Tell me this so I know you are fully in or not. Demona says, I am in for doing a threesome or foursome, Master, with no feelings. Just SCX, Master. Master says, Demona, so if you get loud, is it just for the moment? Then you could care less about them after it is over and we can walk out of that place like they were used, right? Come on, I know that soulmate in you. Come on, tell me, Demona. Demona says, that's right, Master. Winky. Master says, that's my soulmate. I know lives in Gypsy. Okay, great. But Demona, anything sexually insane you will try with me, right? Because I don't know if Nick would be ready for that type of stuff, but I know that you should feel comfortable being effing sexually crazy, my lovely love slave soulmate, Demona. I don't even get how they got like this. He's controlling her. Yeah, in this part, he is controlling her. This makes me feel less bad that he's all locked up. That's what I'm saying is like in parts of this, I'm like, wait, he seems to really be in on it, you know? In these text messages, at least for the crime, we know he was in on it. Obviously, he committed it, but also, didn't they have SCX after the crime too, which is like just really dark and disturbing. Demona says, fuck yeah, Master. Master says, great, Demona. I'm still keeping my word and you'll see her profile disappear off Nick's. But you better keep true to what you just said sexually, because we are to be the most sexually insane couple there should be. Demona says, I will keep my word, sir. After you delete her, I have something for you. Master says, will I love it or even adore it, Demona? Demona says, you'll love it, but adore it in person, sir. Master says, what does it have to do with Demona? This is way of being fair and at the same time teasing me for your master's naughty behavior. Demona says, I remember a way we used to have fun and be naughty, sir. My hint. And so then Master says, so then just admit it. Sexual just to get my mind wandering, Demona? Demona says, yes, it is sexual. Rolling down a hill, playing on a field. Master says, damn, you Demona, you already got me hard thinking about it just within those few seconds. Demona says, LOL, Winky. Master says, Demona, I command you to stay here. I'm going to deactivate that profile now. Then you can reveal what the surprise is. Demona says, yes, sir, but I'm confused. Deactivate, isn't it hers? How can you close it, sir? Master says, Demona, I am natural dominant. I dominated her into submitting to me, Demona. Never underestimate your master's soulmate ability to dominate all the others. Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, good, Demona. Demona says, hi, my master, I'm back on July 21st. Master says, good, Demona. I always do as I said, Demona. You may not trust me as much as you used to, but you're my damn soulmate, so you should believe in my word. Demona says, I see you took her off that. I can see. So yes, sir. I believe two things. Her profile is gone, and two, that you love me. Master says, Demona, you are my effing soulmate. I worship you. If I didn't, I wouldn't have let you talk me into doing that. Demona says, well, thank you for doing it, sir, for all of us. Now, I promised you something. Master says, you're welcome, Demona. Yes, I'm aware of that, Demona. Demona says, remember when we used to role play? Master says, true, Demona. Yes, I do. Demona says, would you like to? Wink, wink. Master says, what is on the mind? You want a role play of Demona? Demona says, how about SCX grape? Winky. Master says, so you pick my favorite and main fantasy that I will make it happen all the time to you in person, Demona. Someone's really trying to please their master. Demona says, LOL. Who? Me? LOL. Winky face. Master says, yeah, you sexy female half wolf and half dog lady. If my man's calling me a half dog, we are gonna have problems. Like, we're gonna have problems. Hey, highly human. Abby says a mutt. Um, he says, yeah, you sexy female half wolf and dog lady. What the? She says, LOL. Well, as always, my master's lead. Master says, Demona, are we doing this my way? Which means the way this roleplay goes is unpredictable. The only thing that is meant to happen is the RAPE. She says, be great, sir. Heart. Master says, Demona, I just want to make sure we are doing this my way. Demona says, yes, sir, we are. Master says, good, Demona. Well, I'll give you this setting. You go into an abandoned house that I live in as a vampire. I take you by surprise, and the rest, meaning the grape. But this is grape, is the type you are forced to enjoy, as is the only way I would want my soulmate to have it. Demona says, yes, sir, you got it. Master says, good, Demona. Well, are we ready to role play? Demona says, I'm ready, my master. Master says, here we go. Do you remember your symbol that is your personal symbol, Demona? She says, and? the and sign. Master says, good, Demona. Okay, now last time. Ready? Demona says, I'm ready, my soulmate master. Master says, I wake up at midnight in the basement of where I live, and I stretch my arms and legs, then slowly get up to hunt for prey. Demona says, and I am up roaming the night because that's when I'm up the most, when I see an abandoned house. So I go to check it out. Master says, I walk slowly through my door, then close it, then start to head for the start to the kitchen, to the stairs, to the kitchen. Demona says, and I head up the steps thinking no one's there. And my feet make a click noise on the old wood. Master says, then I slowly walk up the stairs, not caring if anyone hears me, not thinking anyone would dare come into my abandoned house. Demona says, and I open the front door and I walk in. It's dark, but I hear noises. So I say in a soft tone, is someone in there? Master says, then I open the door, then go through the kitchen slowly. But since I am wearing black, you can't tell that I'm even walking around. Demona says, and I hear no reply. And I think it's only mice. So I think to myself, well, this is cozy, dark, but a good place to sleep. So I sit on what I make out looks to be a couch. So I sit. Master says, then I walk into my living room, not knowing at first that you are on the couch. But I walk past you and go up the stairs, not knowing you're around. Demona says, and I hear footsteps on the stairs, and I get up to go and look. Master says, by then I already up the stairs and going into the master bedroom, where you hear a lot of creaking on the floor as the door slams shuts as if it echoes through the house. Demona says, and I gasp in the sound. I walk faster as I have no fear. I see the door and enter it without so much opening it slowly. Master says, by then I am laying on the bed, but the room is so dark you wouldn't guess that there is someone laying on the bed because the sheets of the bed are black too. Demona says, I see nothing but the softest light from the moon shining on the floor. I walk around till my leg hits something. I touch to feel, and it's soft. Blankets? Question mark. Sheets? Question mark. A bed. ... Much better, I think to myself. So I sit down. Master says, I'm not aware of your presence yet, even though I did feel your weight of sitting on the bed. Just haven't felt your presence yet to where you wake me up. Demona says, and then I'm getting tired, so I lay down, but something is there besides me. I touch to feel what it is. I touch and feel a hand on my arm. Then I feel a body and it's breathing. And Master says, then I open my eyes because I realize something is touching me. I stay silent, but as I do sneakily, I move within the darkness to where you can't tell that I am turning to face you. Demona says, and I am slightly scared as to who the hell lives in an abandoned house in the dark. Axe murders? I'm still frozen. Can't move. Because I don't want to wake you, not knowing you already are. Master says, then, as a natural skill of mine to scare my victims, I start to breathe and you hear, without you feeling any moment of me, as if somehow magically appeared there. But by the breathing you hear, it sounds evil. Demona says, and I let out a whimper. And I'm so sorry. I think I have the wrong. And I suddenly bolt from the bed, running to the door. Master says, then, before you even get halfway to the bedroom door, I am there, smiling at you evilly as you're in trouble. Demona says, and I see your face. with the slight moonlight, and I mean no harm. I didn't know anyone lived here. Master says, then you hear a dominant but evil voice come out of me as I say, shut up, you slut. We're going to have fun before you are going anywhere. Ha 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 ha. As I start to walk towards you with a purpose in my eyes. Demona says, and as I scream, I know what you're going to do to me. I run as fast as I can to get away. Master says, I grab you by your throat and toss you towards the bed to where you are forced to run backwards as my evil smile grows. Demona says, and I land on the bed and it takes me a few seconds to see straight. I'm dying over here. Am I the only one? Like, I felt like I couldn't do it anymore. Oh my gosh. Amanda says, I cannot. Dude, what kind of freaky shit is this? I'm dying laughing. Demona says, oh no, Master says, these are pretty comical. Like, really? Master says, then I say, precious flesh, stay right there for daddy because he has plans for you. As then I get to the edge of the bed, I watch to see what you do before I react. Demona says, and I stay as I'm too afraid to move, fearful you'll kill me if I move. Master says, then I ask such a seductive as my nature question. Are you going to let daddy play with you now and be a good girl for daddy? Or are you going to struggle and make daddy have to punish you? As I put my hands on the bed to see how you react to it. Demona says, I'll be good. And my eyes are wide and fearful. Master says, then I say in a commanding voice, call me daddy right now, little one, as I crawl closer to you in the bed, expecting anything to happen. Where if you are good, I'll just go on with what I plan to do. Demona says, yes, daddy, I'll be good. Master says, Demona, you forgot that. Don't forget it next time, please. Demona says, okay, master. Winky face. Master says, good, Demona. Let's continue. Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, then I grab your legs and pull you towards me and say, ready to have some fun with daddy? As I smile to you, went from an evil smile to an innocent one, only to confuse you. Demona says, and I'm still afraid. So I say, yes, daddy. Master says, then I start to feel you up and down. Your body start to stimulate a soothing feeling. As I do this with both hands, I watch your eyes closely. Demona says, I blink and I gulp. Master says, and then the size of your redacted, as I demand a truthful answer. Are they real, little one? As I grab you by the throat, not choking you, but may start to if you do not cooperate. Demona says, yes, they are. Master says, and I wait for you to talk. Oh, wait, no. Demona says, and I wait for you to talk. Master says, then I say, I think I'm going to make you do something and you're going to do it, even if you don't want to. Got it, little one? As I start to choke your throat to indicate how serious I am about my intentions. Demona says, yes, daddy, I will. And I do as you say and not get killed. What is wrong with these two? Like, what is wrong with these two? I can't. Master says, then I force you to go to that side of the bed to get that sexy ASS up and strip NAKED for me. And if you try anything, I will not only catch you, I will make you wish you weren't alive, little one. Do you got that? As I stay on the bed, see how serious you take me, while I see if you answer me as expected and also do as expected. Demona says, "Yes, daddy." And I go to the other side of the bed and start taking my clothes off first, then my skirt. Master says, then I have an SEX smile on my face. That's right. Make daddy happy. Please, daddy. And then let you walk out of here alive as I'm going into a hunting stance to see if you realize I'm about to attack you. If you do anything but what is expected of you, meaning you only do what is expected of you and nothing else. Demona says, and I take off my BRA and then I slide my PANTY off, looking at you the whole time. Master says, and then I sit and wait. Oh no, Demona says, then I sit and wait. Master says, then I pull you towards me. I'm not gonna say the rest of that because I don't want to get in trouble by you too. As you see how well you listen to me as I get ready to dominate you. You can read those for yourself. Oh, hold please. I close the page out. My bad. You're like, oh no. Dirty messages. I have to go back and find it. Damn it, I didn't check what page we were on. Hold on. I closed out of it and I didn't see what page we were on. They're role playing right now. Okay, here we go. You guys can read that one. Yeah. And I'm completely ready to dominate you. Demona says, please, daddy, please, I'm begging for it. You can read that for yourself. Master says, Demona, you forgot again. Demona says, nope, I only use and for action, sir. Not words. Master says, all right. Then I say, come on, you can beg me. Be better than that. Say, please, please, daddy. Come on, make me daddy make daddy happy as I slap your inner thigh to turn you on and also warn you that I'm about to get unpleasantly rough. Demona says, anyways, my master. Master says, Demona, we are still role playing. Demona says, yes, sir. Your turn. Master says, then I say, come on, you can beg me. Better than that. Say, please, daddy, please. Oh yeah, I already read that one. He repeated it. Demona says, please, 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 please. I beg you, daddy, please. And I say it in a begging way that is pleasing. Master says, then I dive into and start to aggressively, so aggressively, it will probably take you by surprise as soon as you feel it instantly. Demona says, I let out a little scream as I am taken by surprise how aggressive you are. Master says, then I keep forcing you to enjoy while I also keep your force to the point, even if I wanted, they're practically impossible to. Demona says, and I try to keep my mind on the fact I'm being raped by a complete stranger, but the feeling is too pleasurable to ignore. So I roll my eyes back and let go of all the thoughts and fears, and I begin to moan loudly. Master says, then I stop to tease you to see how you respond to me as I stop looking straight at where your eyes are from. If you're enjoying it. I'm not gonna read that. Demona says, and I don't mean, but I let out a little smile though, and I say, please don't stop. Master says, then I make sure you play along. You want me to continue what I do for you? I make you feel good, little one, as I smile even bigger with that SEX smile, just to see how you react. Demona says, and I tilt my head back and sigh, yes, daddy, please continue. Master says, dude, what is wrong with these people? I can't even read these things on YouTube. I'm already in trouble for even trying to read these on YouTube. Abby said, please stop. I know it's softcore corn. Um, dude, don't hate me. I'm just reading these. So I'm not gonna read this next part right here. You can see, you can read the blue, right? The highlighted. This sounds like Jeffrey, you know who. Demona says, and I start to scream louder and louder. She does not know how to spell. She says loader and loader. My heart is racing like a jet now. Master says, then I say, no, you don't have the big O happen yet, little one. I haven't got fully pleased. Get your ass over here and undo my pants. You're redacted as I grab you by your hair. Redacted. Demona says, and I come to you and start undoing your pants. Master says, I keep a strong grip on your hair to make sure you know I'm the one in charge. As I say, redacted. What the Demona says, yes, please let me please you. And I smile as I look into your eyes. Master says, yes. Then I say, redacted. Redacted. What? I can't even say any of these. Dude. I feel like this is why no one else probably covered them. Have you guys heard these anywhere else? I'm just wondering if other channels have covered this. Demona says, may I suck on your redacted as I smile and wait for your answer? Master says, then I undo my pants and take them off first, and I'll let you touch it as I let go of your redacted, but still have your hair with my other hand. Demona says, and I undo your button and unzip you as I pull your pantalones down. Master says, then I stand up, let you take them off, but still am able to reach your hair with a good grip. Demona says, and then I get them off and wait for you to say it's okay. Master says, redacted. Nope. Alicia's like, I would never forget. Dude, that's funny. Okay, so then I guess there's a problem with me reading them. Am I the only one? Oh, geez. Master or Demona says, and grab your DICK tightly. Okay. Master says, then I say you're going to enjoy daddy no matter how much you're scared of it. Got it? Demona says, got it, daddy. I give you a smile and continue giving you a redacted. Master says, then I say, give me an adorable smile for me, little one. Okay, I can't repeat that. I'll leave it up so you guys can read it. Chat reviews by Melly rated R. Oh my gosh. Master says, go where you can breathe easily and it don't hurt, but it may if you don't listen. Demona says, and I smile sweetly and adorably to you and say, please, can I have it? Master says, thank you without even Then, without even warning you, as my normal tendency to do, I force you onto your feet and kiss my lips. And then I force you back on your knees and force your mouth redacted. Demona says, and I kneel there with your master says, then I force your mouth to keep. What the hell is wrong with them? Demona says, and I make sure my teeth are aware as like aware from you as I keep. Master says, then I give you a chance to breathe and force you to. Demona says, and I take a deep breath and just do as you say and let you lead me. Master says, then I do my normal, take what is mine, even if you don't want me to, kind of normal attitude nature. And all of a sudden, you get thrown back onto the bed and redacted. Whoa. Whoa. Demona says, and I let you have your way with me just as I put as I hold on to the sheets. Master says, then I keep. Demona says, yeah, I didn't realize these were this bad. Read it. Rudy said, read it, read it. Dude, that's just what they are. Like, that's just what they are. Master says, and then I decide to make you get actual with me, talk dirty to me as his way with you. You feel the pleasure that gets overwhelming, redacted. Demona says, and I start to think of different sexual things to say and do. Oh, daddy. Oh, that feels good. And I smile back at you. Master says, then I smile and say, good little girl, little one, maybe a bumpy ride for you now. I then make the entire bed shake with how hard I am, redacted. Demona says, and I can't help but scream louder, redacted. Master says, okay, I can't read that. Whoa, that's like not YouTube appropriate. Demona says, Master, really? That's not even real. I'm cracking up. Master says, that is what my soul is capable of getting into, Demona. Demona says, glad your body is limited to 6. Anyways, I'll play along. Master says, yes, Demona, but when we are in spirit, don't be afraid to scream because you'll feel you're forced to. Demona says, I believe it, sir. Oh, is there any way we can pick this up soon? I have to go, sir. Master says, yes, let's make this fast because we need a proper good night if we do this quickly, my love slave soulmate. Are you willing to do it? Demona says, I am, sir. Master says, okay, ready, my dear, amazing love slave soulmate. Demona says, I'm ready, my sweethearted master. Master says, like normal. Now, hun, just follow your master like you were before. Just letting you know up front, dear. Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, I love, adore, and worship you, my sweet love slave, soulmate of amazingness. Demona says, I love and adore and worship you, my darling soulmate master. Master says, good night, my amazing future seductress queen. Demona says, good night, my wonderful dark king and master. All I know is the next man I date better have me call him Dark King and Master. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Master says, all right, ready for the reassurance? Then you get your beauty sleep. Demona says, yes, master. Master says, I love, adore, and worship you, my lovely, sweethearted love slave. Good night, my half wolf, half dog, soulmate. Always be true to your master, Nick. Always dream of me, my dear little one of bliss. Demona says, I love, adore, and worship you, my darling master. Good night, my true soulmate. I will be true to you, my master, and Nick, my slave. I will dream of you always, my dark king. Master says, now, Demona, ask me to log off. Then, after you do, use your manners. We'll have a goodnight vampire kiss to end it for tonight. Demona says, do I have my master's permission to go and have amazing dreams with my sweet master? Master says, yes, you may, Demona. Waiting for manners, hun. Demona says, thank you, my master. Master says, you're welcome, my dear soulmate. Now, ready for the goodnight kiss after you do this goodnight vampire kiss? Be ready to log off. So, are you ready for it, Demona? Demona says, I'm ready, my soulmate. Master says, I'll make sure you are. I'll count to 0 this time, Demona. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She sends a heart. Why do I feel like we're back in Kenzie world with the countdown? Counting down. You guys better call me Master Melly. Master's insurance policy. The counting down. Master says, Demona, I was about to say 0. It's okay. You are new to this. One more time. Ready? Demona says, ready, sir. Master says, use my master, Demona. I said, are you ready? Demona says, I'm ready, my master. Master says, 3, 2, 1, 0. Heart, heart. Demona sends heart, heart. I smiled after. LOL. Master says, I'm happy with that, Demona. Just ask me to be dismissed, and then you get your beauty sleep since we are done. You just need to get off, but be polite about it as normal, hun. Demona says, may I please be dismissed, Master? Master says, Demona, always use the word permission. You know that. I am being patient with you, so do the same with me. We are working together here, Demona. You know to use the word permission. Demona says, may I please have my master's permission to go and get my beauty rest, my master? Master says, yes, you may, but be a lady to the only man you should, the only vampire you should, and then log off like the natural submissive to me love slave soulmate you are. Demona says, thank you, my master. Master says, you're welcome, my dear. Demona says, wait, is this the same day? No, the next day, July 22nd. Master says, I'm sorry, Demona says, Master, can you do me a favor? Can you find me a corno to show me how rough you will get? I can't really imagine it. So Master says, Demona, I will show you one in person before I express it on you since it's best to do it that way. Demona, another thing I should bring up. Have you gotten your chance to get your video going or what? Demona says, I'm trying, my master. I haven't been alone. Master says, okay, Demona, heart. Demona says, hi, my soulmate master. Gypsy has thought long about having Nick to take her over as her master, sir. I think it is a good idea as she worships him the way I do for you, sir. Don't worry, I will keep you very happy and pleased. I think she just needs to be with her soulmate master. Wasn't something she knew till she felt she could be mad at you. She loves you, but she feels I could handle you as my own, as your queen slave. Oh, so she doesn't want Nick, the slave, around anymore. Master says, Demona, it is your master. First of all, this is too early to let them have each other as him be her master. He is still learning. He may be a natural at both sides of it, but that doesn't mean he'll learn everything fast. he still has learning to do, Demona. So I don't see any reason to do that this early. So I'll just have to let her know this myself. Demona says, yes, my master, I see. Master says, good, Demona. Demona says, master, I hope to make the video this week. I hope. Master says, okay, we'll see, Demona. The sooner the better, as they all say, and it would be good if you did do that the soonest. Demona says, I'm making the video today, Master. Master says, good, Demona. Demona says on July 27th, 2014, hi, Master, I did it. Made it. Hope it pleases you, sir. I even did a strip tease at the end. I try to mention everything. It was hard since I had to address you, sir, as well as Nick. So I read how I wrote it down. I made it seem like you both were in the room with me. So I was talking to both of you. I hope I got it all. Master says, I'll see when I get back to Nick. So until then, you have to keep it in the Dropbox, Demona. Also, let me know when it is in the Dropbox as well, Demona. Demona says, I'm still converting it, sir. It's 60% converted. It's taking a bit long because I only have so much little time online, sir, but I'll let you know, Master. Master says, good, Demona. Demona says, Master, I sent the video. He sends a heart back. Demona, I have a question for you, and best let me know. How long is the video supposed to be? I'm guessing that it is 23 minutes long. Let me know if that's true, just to make sure I got all of it, Demona. Demona, I'll let Nick speak, and I told him to watch his words to you since you are the one above him. Nick says, hi, my mistress Demona. Yes, it is your slave, Nick. I understand everything that you told me. I wish I could just make one point, though. The point is that I would only be a bad boy if I knew I could either get away with it or to get your attention, ma'am. Since I am a natural switch, that means I know how to submit naturally, just as being as a dom, ma'am. But maybe you'll have to learn to know how to command me properly for me to take your word when you are being seriously serious or serious seriously. Me, ma'am, I say that because your master has taught me how to command someone to do something for them with no option but to listen to them while an order is used without using the word. So if I was commanded, such as you use the word command, I would have no choice but to listen to you, as I believe we're taught by your master. I'm aware of this too when it is with you, ma'am. But if you tell me to do something, I may do it if I'm not in the mood to look for trouble. But there will be times I will test you, either to see how much you'll take before you punish me severely. I just want to make that clear to you, ma'am. Wait, how much it will take before you take action and really punish me. I just want to make that clear to you, ma'am. But I do agree with you one thing. There will be times you'll have to force me into submission. However, I believe your master may still need to teach you how to do that efficiently. I mean this from a physical turn point, ma'am. And no, I'm not disrespecting you. I am only telling you what I think you'll need to know. But before you have me fully at your command, since with me being a natural switch means I'll naturally be the hardest type of slave to enslave to where I'm fully under your control. I just wanted to bring this to your attention, ma'am, with full respect to you, and I hope to have my message answered as soon as you are able to, ma'am. I look forward to reading your message and thank you for your time, ma'am, as I bow my head and then I leave respectfully. Demona, it is your master. I see Nick has a lot to say. He is right that this is an area I didn't go over with you yet, but I guess you could say I'll have to teach you how to dominate him physically in a way that a mistress is meant to. But as far as everything, including this, you best be grateful. You have such a willing master to teach you everything you need to know, Demona. By the way, great job with the video. If I have all of it, but I should do this now, Demona. I command you to first answer me as your master, as always. First, then you may answer your slave's message, Demona. Demona says, Master, it is 23 minutes or long, sir. Master says, okay, good. Now take care of answering Nick. And yes, Demona, he will answer you after you have answered his. I know this whole alter ego is so freaky. The visual in my head. No, it is. I know. And the voice. Can you imagine the voice? Demona says, Nicholas, or now it's Wait, now it's mistress to Nick. Love slave Nick. Nicholas, it is your mistress. I won't hesitate to punish you severely. You best understand that. Nick says, ma'am, I may naturally still test you. Yes, it is your slave Nick. Sorry. Mistress says, then be prepared for the consequences after your quote unquote test. If you give me hell, I'll give it right back. Slave Nick says, ma'am, what consequence are you talking about? She says, punishment. If you act up, I'll punish you how I see fit. I will go on top of you and dominate you into submission. Is that clear? Slave Nick says, but ma'am, I hope you realize that is my natural way to test how far I'll get away with something before you take disciplinary action. It is a natural tendency of mine. Demona says, I understand that. We will see how long that lasts with me. Master says, ma'am, or slave Nick says, ma'am, there's one benefit though. If you're taming a natural switch, as soon as you have taming, I'm tamed for good unless you aren't paying attention to me, then, well, I'll most likely have to do something mischievous, ma'am. Another thing I should let you know, ma'am, it's only when you aren't paying attention to me. So if you keep your eyes on me to the point I'm not able to do something, that would get me in trouble. I'll stay exactly as you tell me to, but if you take your eyes off me for just 15 seconds is all it takes, then I'll seem as if I disappeared and most likely I'll be getting myself into trouble, ma'am. The reason I brought up your master teaching how to physically get me to submit the mistress way is because a natural switch is the hardest to tame. So you'll have your hands full trying to tame me. I'm being open to this because, well, it has its greatest was reward. As soon as you have gotten me to submit to your will, I'm forever at your will, ma'am. Yes, there's a way to break me from the mischievous streak. I won't say anything, but about it, I guess I try my best not to give away all my weaknesses too early, meaning I'll let your master teach you instead, ma'am. Even though I don't know if you tell me to do things at times and others, you'll use the word command in your sentence to where you are commanding me to do something, which I have no choice but to do if you tell me so, ma'am. Damn it. Sorry, ma'am, for swearing to your for swearing. Your master just told me to at least give you one of the things you need to do to have tame me completely. I guess it's fair, so I'll listen to him and tell you. You need to have equally or even more stubborn streak in getting your way than me, which is hard to know, which is hard to do knowing that if I let that part of me out completely, it is relentless. So you'll have to get physical with me to even tame me because of it. And no, and not just get physical, but force me to submit at your will, meaning tire me out to the point I can't resist anymore, ma'am. Like I said, I will be the hardest to tame, ma'am, but the reward to it is a type of loyalty to you as my mistress that can't be beaten, ma'am. Now I'm hoping he don't stay the rest. You don't need to tame me, since if you learn what it will take, you are more likely to do it. I realize this, ma'am. I'll let you read all this for now, and then hopefully you give me what you say about what I warned you about, as I'm trying to be fair to my mistress because of it, so she knows what to expect. Mistress says, I tame you, Nicholas. As soon as we're in person, I'll tame you. Nicholas says, we'll see about that, ma'am. I won't be tamed easily. Yes, ma'am. I'm being playful. Mistress says, I'll tame you quick once I'm dominating you in bed. Master says, Demona, it is your master. Oh no. Hey, beautifully broken. I wonder how he's doing in prison. Probably writing these same things to one of his pen pals or girlfriends, honestly. Um, Master says, Demona, it is your master. I might as well shed some light on what you may be wondering. Yes, he is telling the truth when he admitted to you that the hardest one to tame is a natural switch. He is right on that. And yes, you will have to physically tame him with verbal in it, or you won't be able to do so. Yes, you'll have to take an authoritative approach to do it physically and verbally at once, since, well, it is only the way it is possible to tame him, or he'll never submit to you. Not only that, Demona, but also you should be aware There's a specific way you're supposed to grab him. If you were to show him maybe a mess he made that he never cleaned up or something like that, or if you just want to bring him to somewhere and he don't want to go there willingly, you could just grab him by the ear, or if you are unsure if you will be able to keep a grip on it, you can just by the inner ear of where normally inner area of where normally the elbow is. That is a spot to grab someone to best keep control over them without going anywhere near anywhere. Those are usually the mistress ways of grabbing a slave, even though master can grab by the area as well. Demona. That is how to move forcefully and effectively. Demona. As for getting him to submit fully and completely, it will take more than a sexual approach to do it because you can dominate him in bed, and that means he will only be tamed sexually, but tamed fully means you have to tame him to the floor to the point he won't question your superiority over him, Demona. Demona says, yes, sir, but verbally meaning I need to yell, or what do I say, master? I know how to be mean, but I don't want him to be thinking I think he's worthless, sir. Master says, Demona, I said with authoritative approach. I said not just physically, but verbally too, which means you need to make it clear to him physically and verbally that you are the boss, not him. If you don't do it with both, you will fail each time you try to tame him, is what I mean. But yes, you have to literally physically dominate him to the ground and force him to submit your will. If you let go of him while he is on the ground without him submitting, he will not still be completely tamed. Demona says, I understand, master. I can sense this is action that I'll need to do in person. Master says, and you may need to get mean just to tame him, but at the same time, get as mean as reasonable, which means the more he resists, the meaner you'll get until he realizes he can't win. Then get him to submit to you physically and verbally the way this is normally the way this is normal is usually if you get him to willingly bow to you and say the full thing. It isn't enough for him to say, I submit to you, ma'am. It isn't enough. You have to get him to say, I submit to you, my mistress Demona, is what you have to do because that makes him in every form automatically submit to you. But as for breaking him out of his mischievous ways, that will take at least a month of supervision around him to make sure he isn't trying to cause trouble. And after about a month of it, he will realize it don't get him anywhere. However, since he's a natural switch, that means if he gets bored, he will, no matter what, cause trouble for himself, which is something that isn't breakable. So if you keep him occupied, he'll never be a bad slave for you. Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, Demona, do you understand what you have to do to truly tame Nick? If you understand, Demona, you best tell me what you will do to tame him completely and truly, so I know you were paying attention. And don't worry about him walking all over you when you should have him in your control. Demona says, I have to verbally and physically make him submit to me, submit him to the ground where he knows I am alpha and I am the boss, sir. I'll be mean within reason, and if he resists, I'll get meaner till I'm on him, dominating him to the point he is tamed. Master says, that's my soulmate wolf dog talking there. Good, Demona. Tame him to the floor. What's wrong with these people? I don't understand. Master says, Demona, on August 1st, 2014. Demona, it is your master again. I believe I have to assign you an important video. Demona, I'm going to have you now get it to you, make a video towards Nick, letting him know what we did discuss discuss warning him with your authoritative approach to the situation that you will do what you need to for you to force him to submit to you in person. Let him know what you will do. Maybe it will be wise to ready him is also to, when he gets to watch the video, have him bow to you after you introduce yourself to him as Mistress Demona, since you always do that as I do you as your master in my videos. You must this time as black in the vampiric form of that color. It means to be a color that means to dominate. So you wear pure black, including your corset, Demona, and make him know this message you should on video. Oh, I should make sure you also let him know about you starting reasonably mean, then gets meaner the more he resists until he gives in and submits to you physically and verbally, Demona. I will also have two ideas that you will use and make him aware of because they will scare him into obeying you if he is told them by you, and let him know they are your ideas because, well, it's best that you do when it comes to punishments. You see, graping him until he is dry is the second worst punishment you could do. The other one on my mind, which you'll let him know you will buy something for someone known as a strap on. What? You will buy something for something known as a strap on. You only use this as punishment, Demona, for it will become the most painful punishment you'll do to him in a sexual sense. Let him know that you will use this strap on as a punishment. As for the worst behavior he does, and you will make him cry in pain for it each time you have to use it. And just as it goes with you from me to you, it's the same to him. You can use that strap on him for as long as you feel pleased to use it. But the reason you let him know that you will use it to put him into tears is the only way you know you'll make him learn his lesson for the thing he did to deserve that punishment. I should let you know to tell him this to make sure you also let him know that after you have tamed him in person, that you can have him on his knees, ready to please you anytime you want, and let him know that because you are his mistress, you own his body, meaning that you can do whatever with his body that pleases you. You make sure that part is clear. Other than that stuff, the last thing you need to make sure you do, which you have did an overall good job so far, is to make sure you let him know that you are the one in charge between you and him, and the only one besides you who can stop something that you are doing to him is me. So if I don't say you can't do something, you can do it, which will get his attention and will most likely make it easier for you to dominate him in person when you need to, Demona. This is a lot to remember. Write it all down, then make this video and take your time. Really, the longer it is, the better, in my opinion, Demona, since I like to see perfection out of you. And I will add one last thing to this video for you to add, which is you should tease him with Gypsy's body, then after doing it for long enough, decide to please him by giving him a little show of you playing with yourself, Demona, to state that you are still aiming to be fair when you handle him besides that. Also to show him what being a good boy can do for him, as you will let him have special rewards that he would earn by being a good boy to you, Demona. Now make me proud and write all of this down in the video as I would expect as soon as you can, Demona. Demona says, "Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Yes, master. I'll write this down and I'll make the video. I know what a strap on is, sir." What? Melly, no, please. The only thing good about this is Melly. These are, dude. I guess I have to learn more about the BDSM community, but maybe I shouldn't be judging as harshly. But what the fuck? I know what a strap-on is, sir. Okay. So Nick liked the strap-ons. Don't ask me. Master says, "Good, Demona. Tell me your thoughts about using a strap-on on Nick." What the hell? I can't do this for very much longer. Abby says these two are the freakiest ever. Not sex 101 on Mellyverse. Looks like we're taking a turn here from true crime to all of a sudden not true crime. Suddenly Mellyverse has took a turn. Wow. Um Demona says, I only ever use it for the most serious of punishments, sir. I'm fine with it. I think it's fair seeing graping me is your way, master. Master says, true, Demona, true. Well, it's good to get your thought on that, and it will be interesting to see his reacting when you mention it to him, Demona. Also, let me know when you were supposed to write down, is there dear Demona of mine? Oh Lord. Master says, Demona, I should make sure of something. You are aware that a mistress always wears lingerie when they present themselves to a slave. Hopefully, you are aware of this because it is something is usually part of the mistress master code as it is known, Demona. Usually, you only wear casual clothing when you are going to a casual meeting to meet someone. That way, with your slave, as it is the same with the master. The only difference is master wears lingerie. I'm sorry. The only difference is the mistress wears lingerie while the master usually dresses up or usually wears clothes that would suggest him look like a professional, Demona. So that means you're always expected to be wearing lingerie while you present yourself to Nick, making sure you understand this clearly. Demona says, I understand, master. I need to write down that I must wear all black lingerie and address this me punishing Nick if he is severely bad. I'll either grape him till he's dry, or I'll use a strap on, and after I have tamed him, I can have him on his knees, ready to please at my command. I'm in charge, not him, and basically show my authoritative nature to him. Then reward him by giving him a naughty show. Winky. Master says, yes, Demona, but you got to remember, I did say the only one who can stop anything you was to do is your master. Otherwise, you can do as you please. That is the only thing you didn't remember to mention, Demona. Demona says, yes, sir. Good. So now hopefully you got it down, Demona. Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, Demona, let me know when you plan on getting this video. You know what is expected of you. Ready to be sent to Nick. So this way I'm aware of it and not left wondering about it. Demona says, as soon as I get black lingerie, master, I will find the right thing soon, master. And when I do, I'll make the video, sir. Master says, okay, good. So now I know what is going on that you have told me, Demona. Good. The sooner you let him know what you know is expected because it's what a mistress should let her slave know, then that means sooner I'll be pleased with you after you have did this. Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, good, Demona. August 7th. Master, I got the black lingerie. Oh no. Oh no. Master says, I knew you would begin to make me proud, Demona. Now finish doing so by getting that video made for Nick to watch. I know you can do it, heart. Demona says, yes, my master. Next time I'm alone, I'll make the video. Master says, good, Demona. I know you're bound to make me proud. Master says on August 10th, Demona, it is your master slash soulmate. I figured I would ask something since I'm starting to believe you'll have a chance to do that soon. But yes, Demona, I want to know where you are planning on getting a moment to do your video as soon as you possibly can. I ask this because, well, it seems reasonable to ask, knowing you would make me proud when it is sent to Nick. Demona, it is your master. I must say, you have something you wish to tell me? Question mark. I would believe so. And Demona, Nick won't tell me what it is. He said it was more important for you to tell me since I guess it is about you. Since he wouldn't tell me, I am guessing it has something to do that is going to anger me. And if that is true, well, let's just say that you have it coming then, Demona. Demona kneels. Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I also did mention soulmate slave. Yes, sir. I have something I need to tell you about my past. Sad face. And it will anger you. Oh no. What do we have? Barry, are you going to be my master? You know what? Listen, this does not seem like some girl holed up in her house, tied up, bound by her abuse of her mother. Okay. This is some freaky shit going on in her and Dee Dee's house, to say the least. She says it will anger you. Master says, spit it out, little one, because I'm already sensing from you that you did something that was stupid of you to do. Demona says, yes, my master. It was 2010 and 2011. I had just, what is that word supposed to say? I had just surfaced inside Gypsy. When I started playing games with guys, I used Gypsy's fingers to make the text and take the pics. The men asked me to send them nudes. So I took my top off, took the pic, and sent it. I had fun teasing them, saying I'd have sex with them. But I never went through with my words, only the text and pics I sent them to 4 guys. But Gypsy's mom found out and threatened the men that if they ever came close to me again, she'd put them in jail because Gypsy was underage and they were like 35 to 50 years old. I was stupid, master. I was testing my limits of my sexuality and I was getting male attention like I wanted. I told you I was untamed before I met you. Then you tamed me and I've been loyal to you ever since. So she was sending nudes. Are you caught up? She says, please don't leave me, my master, my love. I am so, so sorry. I beg you, please, my master. Forgive me. It was before I was owned. Master says, Demona, let me speak and you will listen. You got it? Demona whimpers, yes, my master. Master says, Demona, I understand that you are tamed now. So more than likely, you know damn well better now. But if this was 2010 and 2011, what was Gypsy 15 at this time? Question mark. Answer my question and obey if you don't want this to get ugly. Demona says, yes, sir. She was 15. So Gypsy was sending pics of her topless when she was 15 to 35 to 50-year-old men. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know what to think anymore. The world is going to shit. And then we have these Gypsy dirty text messages. And obey if you don't want this to get ugly. Demona says, yes, sir. She was 15. Master says, now that I am aware of this, Demona, I have a question for you. Besides that, you admitted it was stupid of you to do. Besides that, now you are owned and you know better not to do it as well as you're owned by your soulmate. What do you have to say for yourself? Demona says, I'll never do that again, master. I'm yours. I'm owned now by you, master. And I have lots of attention from you, the one I worship and you're who I want to be sexy and naughty with. I'm so sorry, my love, my master. It was stupid. And you know that I won't do anything without your consent ever again. Please forgive my foolish past. Master looks down while kneeling. Oh no, Gypsy looks down while kneeling. Master says, "You know what we are going to do about this, Demona? We are going to handle this a certain way because something like this should not go unpunished. Do you understand me?" Demona says, "Yes, sir," as she looks down. Master says, "So, Demona, answer the first question. What do you think we're going to do about this? Hmm? Hmm?" Demona says, "I'm not sure, Master. I've never been in this much trouble, sir." Master says, "You're going to do this in a role play. So you know an idea of what would happen to you if you did this without my permission in the future. You got that?" Demona says, "Yes, sir. I got that." Master says, "Good. Now get your ass over here and kneel at my feet. Now." Demona goes over to you and kneels before you. Melly reads this as the United Nations and the war ends. Bottom line. This bee really worked him, didn't she? Yo. He says, "Now get your ass over here and kneel at my feet now." Demona goes over and kneels. Sad face. Master says, "Don't even look at me. You don't even deserve to see your master. When I learned something this disappointing, answer my question. Do you want to show me how sorry you are? Hmm, Demona?" As I look down at you with a glaring, disappointed look on my face. Demona, I'm going to say this one time and one time only. We will have to do this role play the soonest, the best for you. Because as of right now, I won't forgive you until this role play has been done. Demona says, "Yes, my master," as she looks on the floor. Master says, "Louder, Demona." I couldn't hear you as I grab you by the hair, the shirt as well, and I force you to stay facing the floor, but on your hands and your knees. Demona says, "Yes, my master." I stay looking down. Master says, "Good. That is what I was expecting you to raise your voice when it is expected. Do you see that shoe that is underneath you? As I put one of my shoes underneath you where your face is facing down while I'm still directly in front of you, as I continue with your hair, forcing you to look straight below you." Demona says, "Yes, master. I see it." Master says, "Kiss it and don't stop kissing it until I tell you to. Show how sorry you are now." As I keep that shoe underneath you while the anger is building inside me, which means the better you obey, the less worse this will be. Demona says, "Yes, my master." I crawl to your shoe and kiss it continuously. Master says, "Then I stop you with my hand and I look straight into your eyes. As from you should remember to only look me in my eyes when I look into yours, as that is the only time is it is considered respectful, Demona. You will do anything for your soulmate slash master's forgiveness, correct?" Demona says, "Yes, master," as the tears fill my eyes to where you see the guilt and sorry in them. Master says, I grab your leash and I say, "Follow me," as I lead you to a chair while I watch you to make sure you're crawling the entire way there. Demona says, I crawl behind you with you leading me. Master says, then I sit on the chair. Do you know why we are by the chair, Demona? As I hold your leash, as I have to stop you exactly in front of my legs, still on your knees and hands. Demona says, I believe so, sir. I turn to give you my ass. Master says, I yank you to face me as I tell you never move unless I tell you to move, Demona. Do you got that fucking clear? As I'm getting close to getting vicious with you from the error you did. Demona says, I whimper. Yes, master. I'm sorry. Master says, then I grab you by your face. And I say in a normal voice, Demona, are you going to blow me right now? Before I let you do it, I have to do something else. What would that be, Demona? Think about it and guess it, since it would be for my pleasure, whether you are right or wrong on your answer, as I let go of your face and expect you to look down again while you stay on your hands and knees and respectfully look down. Demona says, I look back down. Master, could it be you wish me to be naked? Master says, Demona, I'll let you know that when it comes to it. I believe you should make this fun for me. How about you beg me to do something? What would that be? What would it be that you are begging me to let you do, as I keep a strong grip on your leash and let you answer, as I do enjoy hearing the answers you come up with, whether they are right or wrong? Demona says, what if I beg you? Let me kiss you, sir. Yo. Are you still breathing in here? Cause like I'm not. You want to get your freaky bit of it? Come to Mellyverse Sunday nights. We get freaky up in here. Evie says, God, let this end. We're almost done. What if I beg you? Let me kiss you, sir. Master says, ha ha. Nice try, Demona. You wouldn't be in the position to be able to earn that since you are currently in trouble. How about you beg for something else? Guess again, as I make sure you're still on your hands and knees and have the proper posture as well. Oh, I need to fix my posture. Demona says, yes, sir. What if I begged to make it up to you by blowing master? Soon, I will start reading dirty text messages on dirty websites. Am I good or no? Because I might have to apply soon. She says, to give me that chance. Master says, Demona, that is part of what I have planned for you. So yes, let's see if you remember how to beg after I taught you a while ago. And if you beg me good and with pure effort into it and with pure passion, I may just let you be able to touch your master's redacted. So get to it, Demona, as I whip your chain up and down as a sign that you do exactly as I said, the way I said it. And it is expected now. And it is what? Is what the whipping the chain means up and down. Demona says, yo. I will make you all kiss my shoe. What kind of dirty shit is that, Demona? You know what's funny is my sister calls me Melona. So Melly, Melona, Demona. This is not good, guys. Demona says, yes, master, master, my amazing master. Please, please, let me make it up to you for my foolish ways in the past. Please, I beg you, master, let me please you by giving you a strong blow, master. I'll make it great if you'd honor me with a chance to make you pleasured. And please, I beg you, sir, I'm on my hands and knees. Master says, Demona, I felt that passion, but I didn't feel the urgency. Where were the multiple pleases? If you don't beg properly to where I see more than 2 pleases in a row, I won't allow you to do it unless I see more. As I grab your face and force you to look into my eyes, as I ask, do you understand? While I make sure we are making eye contact. Demona says, yes, master. Please, 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 please. Puts hands together in a begging gesture. Please, master, please, I beg you, let me make it right by blowing you. Master says, then I tease you by letting you touch the outside of my pants. Do you like how that feels, Demona? As I force you? Demona says, yes, master, I do. Master says, then I say, smile for me. And say it then, as I continue to force you. Demona says, yes, my sexy, handsome master. Heart. Master says, then I slap your face as a warning to not wink at me when you're expected to do so otherwise. Smile at me and admit it now, or your face is going to be sore the second time around, Demona, as I continue to force you. Demona says, yes, my master. I do like how it feels. Looks down as I'm nervous to upset you. Master says, then I force you to go back into your hands and knees position now, Demona. I must ask, why do you really wish to suck your master? Give me a reason. I'll enjoy or more if you wish to truly give me the truth, which I would love to hear, as I feel your face a bit from the slap, then let you go into normal position as you were in before. Demona says, I wish to please you, to earn your forgiveness, master, and to show you I'll do anything for you, master. Master says, to also be on your master's good side as well, Demona, as I make sure your posture is correct. Then I sit back down. Demona says, yes, sir, but also because I feel guilty about my past and want to show you I'm yours and I'm happily owned, master. Master says, good, Demona. Seems like good enough reasons for me. Demona, you can undo my pants. Redacted. I'm not going to read the rest of that, but you can read it on your own. Pizza says, I wish I got text messages this. Well, just come to Mellyverse and that's all you need. Literally. That's all you need. Oh my gosh. She's okay, so that's all redacted because it's dirty. Master says, or Demona says, thank you, master. I undo your pants and rub my hands on your thighs and knees. Get you relaxed as I come closer to you by moving my chest out on your leg, brushing up and down to turn you on as I feel your redacted. I have not started redacted yet because you didn't say to, okay? Master says, I smile and say, Demona, so far, I like your effort. Keep going. As I smile at the effort so far you're putting into it, while I pay attention to the posture of you while you are on your knees like you are. Demona says, I keep on, but now I've got both hands and I'm pumping so hard and fast. I have to sneeze. Oh God, I had to sneeze like 20 times. I grab your posture of you while you are on your knees like you are. Demona says, I keep on, but now I've got both hands on your. Oh, yeah, I already said the pumping. Oh, redacted. Redacted. Master says, then I smile and say, Demona, you may wink if you wish now, and you may lick if you wish as well, Demona, as I keep your leash in my hand as I watch you keep going. Demona says, I wink at you, then I learn, redacted. Master says, then I say, don't stop, redacted. Demona says, I get your meaning up and down, lets out a moan, and yum as I smile, then continue, redacted. Then I ask, do you want it in your, master says, then I ask, do you, wait. Yeah, do you want it in your mouth, Demona, as I grab your face, redacted. Demona says, yes, my master. Master says, Demona, then you should be doing one thing. Ask me the polite, respectful slave soulmate I would expect you to be to allow you to suck it as I let go of your face. Demona says, may I please, sir? Master says, yes, Demona, you do. But first, redacted. Demona says, thank you, my master. Heart. Master says, then I say, you're welcome, Demona. Now you may proceed as I let go of your face. Demona redacted. I'm going to give you guys. Thank you, Live in Life. Yeah, I do. Master says, then I take your hands off my redacted and I put behind your back. Redacted without your hands for now, Demona. Show me the talent I know you possess inside you as I make sure your hands stay behind your back. Demona says, redacted. Master says, redacted. Something about deep throating. Demona says, yes, Master, I understand. Master says, good. Now let me lead you on that. Keep your hands behind your back. Just follow your master's lead as I wait for you to answer me. Just make sure we are clear on what I said before I start. Yes, Master. Master says, then I force you. Okay, redacted. Demona says, I do it. Then I take a breath, then answer, yes, Master, I'm ready. Master says, I better hear your manners as I kiss you on the forehead as a symbol of good job. Demona says, thank you, my master. I finished by giving you a lick, then pumping it. I lick, okay, redacted. Master says, then I smile. Redacted. Redacted. Master says, Demona, today I got disgrace. I get to disgrace you first. Demona says, I will. I look taken by surprise, but quickly says, yes, sir. Master, Gypsy can't keep her eyes open. She's too sleepy, Master. Oh no, she's ruining it. Master says, Demona, this is what you do when you first wake up. You're still in hot water with me, so you best do it. Demona, when you first get up, get your ass on here so we can finish this. Got it? Because until it is finished, you are unforgiven. I stand by my word. Demona says, since I know Gypsy won't wake till like 2 p.m., her body won't be on constantly till like night, sir. Master says, Demona, you best do as I said because you're in enough hot water as it is. Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, okay, before I dismiss you, you may want to use those soulmate words to at least kiss up to me. Demona says, Master, I am screaming at Gyp to wait to finish. If you want to tonight. Master says, well, I just said that. I just said to do that if you want to kiss it up to me. Say those soulmate words now. Demona says, I love and adore and worship you, my darling master. Master says, I love and adore and worship you too, Demona. Good night, Demona. As soon as you say good night back respectfully, I will dismiss you, but make sure you do that as I can. Demona says, good night, my amazing master. Master says, good night, Demona. You may log off for now, Demona, but don't forget your manners as it is a must-be tradition. You wait until you have seen mine back, then you get your rest. Demona says, thank you, my darling dark king and master. Master says, pure smile, Demona. You know damn well that is expected or you aren't doing as you expected. Feel full pure smile with it now. Demona says, thank you, my darling dark king and master. Master says, that's a soulmate I was looking for. You're welcome, Demona. Demona says, am I dismissed, sir? Master says, Demona, listen to directions I told you after I gave my manners back. And just because you said that, guess we're doing this one more time. You are dismissed and say your manners one last time. Remember, this time after I say mine, get your ass in bed and fall asleep since you have a long role play ahead of you. Like I said, your manners first, then mine. Then you log off. It's quite simple, Demona. Demona says, yes, sir. Just you are aware Gypsy has to clean the house because of the guest coming. Thank you, my sweet master. Master says, okay, Demona, thanks for the warning. However, I just did that. Now we have to do it again. You're dismissed, but I'm still waiting for that manner of yours so I can say mine back. I just said you're dismissed, which means say it again. Now. Demona says, thank you, my sweet master. Master says, you're welcome, my dear Demona. And that's where we're stopping today. And I'm sure you had your fun. Yo, let me know if you want me to continue reading those because those are dirty. Blue ball. Normally she makes him stay awake. Yeah, she's like, I'm too tired. Oh no. Yeah. It's so bad. Even the camera needed a break. Is Sarah Boone tonight? Yes. Have a Sarah Boone live planned after this. Yes. Okay. I'll schedule another live. We have trial. We're back to trial tomorrow. So that's going to go back to night streaming. So I can possibly continue these tomorrow early in the daytime. I don't stream Corey as it's going on. I stream after. So I'll make a live for part 3 of the Facebook messages. We're not even close to done. We're not even close to done. We're only on page 177 and I think there's 900. So yeah, that was hilarious. It was. Melly, did they end up doing a video for this? Yeah, we've played them on the Gypsy playlist. I can't wait for Corey. I know. I like it much better in the evening time though. Sounds good. Okay, yeah. Thanks for being here. We're done with the Gypsy reading for today. Happy Women's International Day. Yes, thank you highly. Tap the like button on your way out. We have another live planned for tonight. It's Sarah Boone calls. So I think it is scheduled now. If I'm not late, I'll reschedule it for just like a couple minutes out. Hope to see you there. Please hit the like button and I will see you guys on the next live. Bye.